Welcome to China Gateway 360, connecting global businesses with China through insights, opportunities, and trends. Today, we are breaking down the China market entry template, and specifically, why the traditional playbook for foreign executives is officially obsolete. Let's jump right in. So right now, we're seeing this really stark disconnect in the market. Foreign direct investment into China is actually still very robust. We're looking at 1.24 trillion yuan, which is up nearly 4% year over year. But here's the catch. Despite all that capital flowing in, only 38% of surveyed foreign executives say their China operations are actually meeting ROI expectations. That is a pretty sharp drop from the 57% we saw just a few years ago. So the money is definitely there, but that old entry template, it's clearly showing some serious strain.
China Gateway. Gateway.
Your gateway to business in China.
And that strain is coming from a very fundamental shift in the market. Historically, the standard China template relied on Geige Kaifang, that era of reform and opening up. It was a pretty simple bargain. You bring capital and tech, and in return, you get uniform market access. Well, today, that model has shifted to Shuangxunhuan, or dual circulation, which really prioritizes domestic self-reliance. So market access isn't a blanket guarantee anymore. It's now heavily divided by sector. The magic number that really highlights this divide is 62. That's the number of items currently on China's negative list that restrict foreign investment. That's up from 48, by the way. So if you're operating in strategic tech, think semiconductors, AI, or new energy, you're freezing these very tight restrictions. But on the flip side, sectors like consumer goods and healthcare, they remain wide open. Basically, the new template demands a complete sector-by-sector recalibration. Now, navigating these divided sectors brings us to a whole new regulatory reality. There have been 87 new regulations enacted recently that directly affect foreign enterprises. Because of this, personal connections, or guanxi, they just don't guarantee predictability anymore. That old method has essentially been permanently replaced by TG, which is institutional literacy. In fact, it's become so crucial that 72% of top-performing foreign firms now maintain a dedicated regulatory intelligence unit. Relying on local implementation flexibility is really a thing of the past. Beyond the regulations, we also have to talk about the Renzai or talent paradox. The old assumption that you could simply hire local and train cheap is completely broken at this point. Annual turnover from mid-level local managers has hit an alarming 34%. Meanwhile, salary inflation for top-tier tech talent is running anywhere from 12 to 15%. And when you combine that with a massive 41% drop in the supply of expatriate executives willing to relocate since 2019, you've got a perfect storm on your hands. Fixing this talent gap requires a modernized three-track strategy. Step 1, you have to build a China-competent global leadership pipeline. Step 2, keep your top local talent engaged by creating compelling, truly global career arcs for them. And Step 3, actively leverage Haigi, that highly educated returning Chinese talent. It demands a much more strategic approach to HR than we've seen before. To sum it all up, the old China template is obsolete. Success today requires sector-by-sector recalibration, deep institutional literacy, and a highly modernized talent strategy. The real question is, are you still trying to force the old playbook, or are you ready to adapt to the new reality? That's all for this China Gateway 360. Like and comment to receive materials from us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.